There's a couple corners there. It's kind of blind, so I can't see if people are walking. So that's where it's hard for me to go super fast in those corners because I don't want to run into somebody. Sometimes they're with the baby stroller. But here we go. And it begins. Morning. Okay. Wow. I won't know if I beat my record till after this ride. Because I'd have to stop my ride and see. And I don't want to do that. Wow. But if I had to guess, I think I beat my record. My guess is I got 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm just guessing though, just for fun. Oh, wow. Oh, there's a little turtle buddy. And that's why I call it Turtle Lane. Okay. Here's another one. Thus, Turtle Lane. Turtle Lane. So I found out, I did a little research. Found out that those turtles, see how they have that red stripe by their eye, behind their eye? Is that they're actually an invasive species and are not indigenous to this area. How did they get there? People buying them as pets. Those are the kinds they sell at pet stores, especially flea markets. And so they grow too big, don't know what to do with them. And then they just release them to the wild. And they end up taking over the natural indigenous turtles of this area. But they're cool to look at, cool to see. What do I ride for? Do I ride for speed? Am I training for a race? Am I trying to prove something to somebody on Strava? The answer is no. The answer is health. And I'm not talking health just physically. I mean just mentally, spiritually. When you're cooped up in a building all the time, you wake up in your house or apartment, then you get in an enclosed car, so you see the world through glass. You get to school or your job, and now you're inside of a building again. And you're in that building until the day's almost over. Maybe you'll take a lunch and you'll go eat somewhere in your car, enclosed in glass. Find a place to sit at, either your cafeteria, lunchroom, or a restaurant or fast food inside a building. Go back to work inside a building. After work, you get back in your car in glass, see the world through glass, speeding through, zipping by. Then you get in your house. And instead of looking out the window, I do this too. You stare at a screen that shows you the outside world. It's funny. You'll stare at a screen and watch National Geographic. You'll stare at a scene and watch a reality show of somebody else's life. You'll sit in front of a screen and watch life, not realizing the entire time it was artificial from morning to night. No wonder people are depressed. No wonder people are suicidal. No wonder our youth are bored. No wonder there's anxiety more than ever before. So when I get out here, yeah, I made it my own little challenge, this Turtle Lane thing, because I realized it was exactly 1 mile. So just recently I made it a fun thing just to gauge myself. But most of the time, I'm just riding. And what I started off as to be healthy went much further. It clears my mind, my heart, my thoughts. It lets me see the world outside of the glass. Warning. It's just different, man. And it just does something to your soul. I say all that to say this: no matter how much you weigh, no matter how young or old you are, no matter if you have an expensive bike or a less expensive bike, just go out there. I guarantee you do this without pushing yourself, because here's another thing that happens. Somebody wants to start cycling, they push themselves. So they start to associate cycling with pain, with cramps, with soreness, and eventually you'll wake up one day and not want to get on that bike again, because you have turned something enjoyable into a device of torture. I would rather take my time on my rides, and instead of having it in my mind associate riding with torture, my mind is now associated riding with peace, with enjoying life, enjoying this world. Let's be honest, you know how many cars pass by Turtle Lane and never know there's turtles that walk across that? Most of us never see wildlife other than a cat, a stray cat and a stray dog. When was the last time you saw a random wild turtle? But today I did. It's awesome, man. I pray that the Lord gives me not only years, but whatever time I do have, that the Lord allows me to ride from the rest of my life. And when I can't pedal anymore, then I'll get an e-bike. And still be able to see this and experience this.